Hi, this is Josh with TJS Medical, where we help patients find the healthcare they're looking for. So you as the healthcare provider, we help the patient find you through organic search and digital marketing. So what you see on your screen today is a WordPress dashboard. Let's say that you as a healthcare provider want to make sure that you're on the search engines, that you can track to see how well you are doing on the search engines, and then also what we want to do is get your website connected to your Google Analytics so that once they do get on your website, you're able to track and see how well your website performs for the individual. So we have two sets of analytics that we're going to set up. Let's first work on the search engine analytics, and that's through Google Search Console, but we want to get your website set up with the correct plugin. So we want to use something called Rank Math. Now what we had on this website, this is a pretty new website, it's only a few months old, really nothing has happened in regards to getting it set up for SEO. So this is really set from scratch, but many of you will have had a website for a while. The standard plugin in the past has always been Yoast, but I've already turned off the Yoast plugin and we're going to move to Rank Math. Lots of reasons that are outside of the scope of this video, but this is the one we suggest. First of all, I'm going to go over to the plugins page and I'm going to show you here that Yoast has been deactivated. That's why it says activate right there. And now I want to go get a new plugin called Rank Math. Excellent, there it is right there. We're going to install it, activate. We're going to allow it to run a setup wizard. Let's see, there it is, Rank Math SEO. I'm going to go find it here on the left hand column, select it, and here is our setup wizard. It automatically starts for us. We're going to connect the account. It recognizes me, so I'm just going to activate. You don't have to set up an account, I believe. You can skip this if you want to. We're going to leave this on advanced because there's a few things that we want to be in control of. So let's move forward. All right, so now since I started with Yoast, I want to import the data. So if I made any updates to any title tags or meta descriptions or anything like that through Yoast, I want to keep that work and I want to lose it. Now you might decide that your website is such a mess, you don't even know where to start, there's too many things messed up. You can decide to skip this. It's your call. Or if you need some help assessing whether or not it's a good idea to skip it, let me know and I'm happy to look at your website for an assessment. Okay, the type of website you are as a healthcare provider is a small business site. Now there's lots of business types here, but as a healthcare provider, just leave it as an organization. Give your website a name. In this case, the client's name is Repair Healthcare. There's no alternate name in this case. We're going to leave the organizational name the same. And let's see if the client has provided in the media library a square logo that we can use. This is square, but it doesn't say Repair Healthcare. Looks like no, the client has not provided a square logo. So I will just use this one for now. And you can see here the alt text and description. None of this has been optimized yet. This is a brand new site that needs optimization. So default social share image. So in many cases, if somebody shares your URL on a forum or on Facebook or X, or formerly known as Twitter, anywhere that they might share your URL, even in Slack, there's a little preview of your website, and that image is something that you can determine for yourself. You can add the image that everyone gets to see when your site is shared, and that's what it's asking for here. The client has not provided one of these for me, so nor have we made one, so I'm going to leave this blank. And so when a preview populates, it will do its best to go to the website and probably take a little screenshot of it and then provide that. But you can be in control of that if you wish. Okay, now here's where we're going to connect our Google services. Now, I'm going to assume that at this point you have already created your Google properties, such as your Google Search Console. You've already been verified, and your Google Analytics. And let's see, I've got a couple of emails that it's going to require. Okay, so for my Search Console, I'm going to look for repairhealthcare.net. There it is. And I believe the analytics were actually set up through a different email address altogether. So I'll have to do this at a separate time. And there's no AdSense. I'm going to deselect the email me reports. I don't want those. You might, so you make whatever call you want. And from here on out, we're really going to leave all of this as kind of boilerplate. We're going to leave it alone. Most healthcare providers don't really need to do anything too complex here, but if you feel like your site is unique or you have some questions, please reach out to me and we'll get a consultation set up. All right, the site is ready. So here's where we get the opportunity to set up some advanced features such as Role Manager. Again, most healthcare providers are not going to need a lot of changes here. But if you, again, feel like you have a unique scenario, please let me know what that is. But these are the kinds of things that you have the ability to change, such as when you add a new subscriber, what can they do? When you add a new contributor, what can they do? Authors, editors, administrators, and so on and so forth. So this is a good way to protect your site, your WordPress website. We will save and continue, leaving all of that alone. Now, this particular website is a one-page site for the foreseeable future, and I don't need to set up 404 redirects, but if you have, let's say, 5 core pages on your website and then blog posts, and people are sharing a lot of links, sharing your website, sharing your posts, or you have a lot of backlinks or something, 404 monitor is actually a pretty good idea. So you'd want to select that, and then you'd want to set up some redirects. That's beyond the scope of this video because this is a very simple setup. But if you have any questions about 404 monitoring or setting up redirects, again, that's something TJS Medical is here to help you with. We're going to save and continue. Okay, now it's asking about schema markup. Again, I'm going to leave this boilerplate, but I wanted to show you that this is an option for you to maintain control of your website and how the search engines view what you put out there on the web. First of all, you're just going to leave that on at all times. Don't turn that off. If you know what you're doing, if you're comfortable with making some changes here, if you want like a blog post to be titled as something else, such as like a course, like maybe, I don't know how many healthcare providers are doing this right now, but if one of your websites is about creating a course and having possibly your patients go through some sort of educational process, and anytime you post from your website, you might consider that a part of your course, or maybe it's a job posting or something like that. I don't know what you might have coming out of like your WordPress post, but most people, when you do a post, it's just a blog, and it's great for the schema type to be article for those blog posts. Now you might want to make some differentiation between like your white papers and your blog posts, but for the most part you can leave this alone. If you push out a post or you push out an article from your WordPress, the boilerplate setting is that both of those are going to be categorized the search engine as a simple article. 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what you want. If you have some questions, please let me know, but for the most part, leave that boilerplate. Don't change anything. Okay, and we don't need to do anything about this schema type for templates. You can leave that alone. Save and continue. And you are done. Now that you're done setting up the WordPress plugin called Rank Math, I want to make sure that your sitemap is submitted to Google Search Console. I believe in our case it actually already is, but I want to show you how to do it nonetheless. So go here, and then you see your sitemap index can be found here at this URL. Copy this URL. Tell you what, let's go ahead and just look at it so you can see what it actually is. This is the link that the search engine will go to search your website. It'll click on this link, and then any other links it sees, it will click on that link, and then it will go and take a look at the site, unless you tell it not to. There's ways to say, look, my blog's not ready to be indexed yet, such as like this one right here, Hello World. We don't want that one to be indexed. There's ways to tell it, hey, don't click on this link. But that's what a sitemap is. It's just a series of links and pages. And so what we want to do is from here, we're going to copy this, and then we're going to open up Google Search Console. Just type in search.google.com/search-console, or just Google Google Search Console, and you'll be able to access it that way. Again, I'm assuming that you've already set all this up, so you know how to get here. So here we are on the correct property under Google Search Console. I'm going to go down to the side menu, and under indexing, select sitemaps. And as I recall, this has already been submitted, but this right here is where you would put in the URL and select submit. But even if you're moving from Yoast to Rank Math, it should be the exact same URL, which I can see right here and right here that it is. So there's no reason to resubmit it. We're good to go. We're totally fine. So that is how to make sure Google Search Console knows that your website exists, and you've created this sitemap because you have the Rank Math plugin. So there you go. That's that part. Now let's talk about getting your analytics set up. So Google Search Console is analytics, but it's about the search performance. When your website shows up on search engines, how many people on the search engines click on your website. But once they leave the search engine, that's the end of the data. Google Search Console does not track what the user does once they're on your website. That's what Google Analytics is for. So let's get that set up through SiteKit by Google. This is another plugin. I'm going to go ahead and activate it. And we're going to start the setup. I'm going to set up Google Tag Manager to fire the tag to collect this data. If you're not going to use Google Tag Manager, you can just select this button right here. But I'm not going to do that. What we're going to do is a bit more sophisticated way, but it helps in the long term, which I won't go into the great details about why. Okay, congratulations. I'm going to go to my dashboard. Okay, there we go. So it's trying to gather data, but it won't be able to because we haven't connected Google Analytics to it. What I want to do is go to Settings, and I want to set up Tag Manager. This is how I'll get Google Analytics. Okay, so Repair Healthcare doesn't exist. We're going to set up a new account. We're going to create an account. This is Repair Healthcare is the account's name. The container name is going to be the website, repairhealthcare.net, and it's for web. I'm going to create. All this is wonderful. Yes. There we go. Okay, so here's what we would typically try and paste on the website. But Google Sitekit is going to help us do this, and we don't have to worry about where the heck this is going to live. So what we want to do though is we want to set Google Tag Manager to fire off a tag to track and send data to Google Analytics. You go and create a tag. You can select new right up there and select anywhere here in the tag configuration. And we could either do Google Analytics or you could do Google Tag. If you are to select Google Analytics, you would select Google Tag right here, which is in essence the same thing, the exact same thing as just clicking this. So it's a little faster. I'm going to click it. And what we need here is the measurement ID. So we're going to go, here we go. I previously set this up. So Repair Healthcare website is already here. This is Google Analytics. It's outside of the scope of this video to show you how to set the analytics up, but it exists. And what I want to do is get the measurement ID. But let's assume you log into your Google Analytics, but you don't know where to get it. So let's go look at that together. What you want to do is go down here to Admin. My little video is in the way. And you can go to Data Streams. And right here, this is all of them, but if you just had an iOS one or the Android or a web and all showing the exact same data stream. So select that, and this is how you access your measurement ID. Let's move this back down and go back to Google Tag Manager. We're going to paste that measurement ID in there, and then we can click anywhere down here for triggering, and we want to initialization all pages, and we're going to title this something that makes sense, like GA4 config. You can label this whatever you want as long as it makes sense to you. We're going to save it, and here's our tag, GA4 config, and what we can do is preview to make sure it works. We'll go back to our WordPress dashboard, or the WordPress site where we have Sitekit open, and we're going to refresh my account information. Now I need to select Repair Healthcare, where it will put the container ID on the website for us. Complete that setup, and now we should be able to go back to Google Tag Manager, select preview. We want to put in the website, .net connect. There we go. This is what we expected to see, and it seems to be working. Now I want to go back to this page, this tab that it had opened for us, and I want to look right here where it tells me what tags have been fired, and it has been fired. If it was not fired, it would be down here under tags not fired, and that would indicate that there's a problem. I would want it to fire. But the way we set it up is working. So now we know that anytime someone visits the website, Google Tag Manager is responsible to fire a tag to say, hey, user information, I'm going to get your user information now that you're on our website. I'm going to send it to Google Analytics so that we can then track how you're using the website and hopefully uncover ways to make the website better. So that is working perfectly. I'm going to get out of all this, and I'm going to submit, because all we've done is create a we've created the information, the tag, but we haven't actually published it. So now we're going to publish it. Version name is new GA4 tag configuration, and I'm just going to say like it was a task given to me. Add GA4 tag. Gonna publish. There you go. It's done. So now Google Analytics is connected to your WordPress website. It might take up to 48 hours before you begin to see data being data being shown in either Google Search Console or Google Analytics, but your website is set up with Rank Math for Google Search Console to help with that. And we've got SiteKit set up through Google Tag Manager to send data to Google Analytics. So I hope this was helpful. It probably has uncovered a few questions. Everybody's got a little bit unique of a journey to get their healthcare provider service out into the world. So please let me know what questions you have. How can I improve these videos over time? And what is it that you have questions on regarding digital marketing? I'm here to help. Have a great day.